The rep schemes you're going to be following are doing slow eccentrics. We're going to pause in that lengthened position while holding tension on that muscle. We're going to do some partials in that lengthened position and a few different variations of drop sets as well.
Now that's a lot of damage!
In this video, I'm going to be doing a full run through of a new workout program that I made for you guys. And it builds off of some of the goals we did in our previous program, which is kind of like the encompassing goal of progression programming. Priority number one for this program, as well as the previous program, was tension. And as we all know, or as you should know, tension is the primary driver for muscle growth. So in the previous program, the goal stimulus was a volume of tension. And the goal for this program is more on the intensity side of tension. And I'll put up a link for a video that goes through the intensity, tension, and volume relationship. So the rep schemes you guys are going to be following to achieve the stimulus of increasing the intensity so we can increase tension. The rep schemes you're going to be following are doing slow eccentrics. We're going to pause in that lengthened position while holding tension on that muscle. We're going to do some partials in that lengthened position and a few different variations of drop sets as well. The training split for this program is a modified push-pull legs split, and it addresses some common issues I see lifters run into as they're following a typical push-pull legs. Typical push-pull legs followers, they will do like the push-pull legs, rest on the last day. When they do this, they try and crush all of their pushing muscles twice a week. And for many, they just don't have the capacity to recover from all of this work. So the first thing you'll notice that's different from this one is that instead of doing the push-pull legs and then repeating it again, doing push-pull legs again, and then resting on that 7th day, we're going to do push-pull legs, rest, and then repeat. And then the benefit of this is just obviously that extra recovery day. And then the other modification that I made for the split is that you're still going to be training every muscle group. So like your pushing muscles, your chest, shoulders, and triceps, they're going to be hit. They're going to be hit every time you do a push workout. But for, let's say, your pushing A workout, you're going to be primarily focused on your chest, and you'll be doing some delts, and then you'll be doing triceps as well. The pull A, you'll be more focused on your lats, and then the legs A is more of a quad focused workout. And then when you run through the push-pull leg split again, we have the push B, which is more shoulders, the pull B, which is more of your upper back, and then the legs B, which is your glutes and hamstrings. What this does is it prevents you from just like having a shitty second round of push-pull legs within that week, and it also will just limit the amount of plateaus you run into. So in order to achieve this stimulus, I specifically chose exercises that have resistance profiles that are biasing the lengthened position, so that's where like the resistance will be the greatest. So let's say like a dumbbell chest press, when you're in that bottom stretch position where you'll be holding the weight, that is where the resistance is heaviest compared to if you bring that weight up to the top. The resistance isn't nearly as heavy. So that's how we're going to bias these eccentric movements, is by making sure that the weight is heaviest at that bottom position. And then there are some exercises that don't have this resistance profile, but I included some different just like intensifiers or rep schemes that will give us the goal of just causing some damage in our muscles. So I'm going to quickly walk you guys through this Google Sheet so you can kind of get a feel for it before you dive into this yourself. So each workout, the exercises within them, so like say I'm clicking on this cable of press rounds, there will be a direct link for this exercise of me doing this so you'll know exactly what to do. The rep schemes that are in red, they will also be a link to a part of this video where I'm describing like what these terms mean. So like whether it's like a mechanical drop set, the ascending load, descending reps, there's another one somewhere, or like the partials, like right here. So those will be direct links to parts of this video where I'm just walking you through what that means. And then if you don't want to watch those videos, there's this execution cell where I kind of just like give you a quick rundown of what you're going to be doing. Each exercise has a tempo to follow, and then some of them aren't as specific, so like it'll just say like 2-second squeeze to start, and then you're going to do some partials as you're burning out. But there are other exercises where I'm using my typical prescribed tempos that I use, which is the X1, X2, X3, X4 format. And the first number, X1, is how long you're going to perform the eccentric. So for this dumbbell chest press, you're going to be going down for 3. X2 stands for how long you're going to hold that stretch and maintain tension on that target muscle. So for this one, it'll be 1. And then X3 is how long you'll be pushing the weight up. So just like a 1 count pushing the weight up. And then X4 is how long you'll be spending in that shortened position or like contracting the muscle. And for the majority of these exercises, it's going to be 0. So once you get to the top, you're just going to be going right back down into that eccentric, starting over to X1 again. Each set is color coordinated, so like this more darker pink salmon color, that's going to be a set where you can log your weight, and then the lighter pink is the next set, and they will alternate, so you can kind of get a feel for like this is a set, this is a set, this is a set, this is a set, and then so on. And then at the bottom, there's this note section where you can kind of just like write anything down that might help you out for the weeks to come. And then in some of the workouts, there's going to be just like this white void. That's just an empty blank spot that you could type more in if you wanted to, but it's kind of just taking up empty space. So I'm going to walk through each rep scheme you guys will be following throughout this workout. And I'm going to start with this ascending load, descending reps rep scheme. So this one is kind of like the bread and butter of this program. Likely this one is just going to be like your heaviest weight, cause the most damage, just going brutally slow. So ascending load, descending reps. So as those sets progress, so like say set 1, you're going to be doing 10 reps. Set 2, you'll be doing 10 reps. And then this is where the ascending load comes in. You're going to increase the weight, and then you're going to do less reps. So you're going to do heavier weight, but for 8 reps, and then use that heavy weight again, do it for 8 reps. And then sets 5 and 6, you're going to increase the load again, and then decreasing the reps. So you're going to have that heaviest weight, set of 6, and then use that heavy weight again for another set of 6. The next rep scheme that you'll find within this program are these 1 1/4 partials. So 1.25 reps, that's going to equal 1 rep. So what it is you're going to be doing a slow 3-second eccentric, and then once you get to that bottom position, instead of holding, you're just going to do a quick pulse or partial at the bottom of the weight, and it's going to bring you back to that fully lengthened position, and then you're going to push the weight all the way back up. So down for 3, a quick partial or pulse, and then push all the way up again. That equals 1 rep, and you're going to do 12 of those. And then the third rep scheme you guys are going to follow are different methods of drop sets, and I'm going to start with these mechanical drop sets. So for these sets, the beginning of each set, you are going to be focused in on the squeeze. Some of them you'll be holding that squeeze for 2 seconds, other ones you'll just be getting to that shortened position. Once you do those 8 reps, then you're going to progress into partials where you're going to be more spending time in that lengthened position, in that stretch, just doing like pulses in that bottom position. When you're choosing the weight for these mechanical drop sets, you want to make sure that the weight you're using, you are barely able to get that target 8 reps at the beginning, and then you're using that same weight to do your partials until you burn out 10 the set. For the tempo drop sets in this program, you are going to use the same weight throughout the entirety of the set, and it's going to consist of 4 different rounds where there's going to be no rest in between each of the rounds. So for round 1, you're going to do the exercise and you're going to hold that squeeze for 3 seconds for 5 reps, and then you're going to no rest, same weight. You're going to go into a 2-second squeeze for 5 reps, and then once you do those 5, you're going to do another 5 but for 1-second squeeze. And then once you've done those 15 reps in a row, you're going to just sit there and pump, no squeeze, and go until you can't do any more. And then the drop set you guys are going to be following for this wide grip pull down is the 5x5 drop set method. So you're going to start off with a weight that's relatively heavy where you can like get 5, maybe 1 or 2 more. And then you're going to do 5. Then you're going to drop the weight. You're going to do 5 more to where you're barely getting that 5. Then you're going to drop the weight again, do 5 more, drop the weight again, do 5 more, and then drop the weight a final time, and then do 5 more. So that's going to be 25 consecutive reps with minimal rest, and the only rest you're taking is to just quickly pull the pin out and put it a little bit lighter. So now I'm going to get into how I plan on progressing you guys throughout the duration of this program. To start, you'll definitely want to subscribe to my weekly newsletter, which I'll provide a link to do below, as I'm going to provide more specifics each week for how I plan on progressing you guys. I'm going to provide more specifics than what this Google Sheet has in there. The main form of progression within this program will be focused in on these ascending load, descending rep exercises. And what we're going to do is, as the weeks progress, we're going to increase the hold in that lengthened position. So for week 1, the tempo for all of these ascending load, descending rep exercises is 3, 1, 1, 0. So you're going to be doing the eccentric for 3 seconds, holding in that lengthened position for 1, pushing up for 1, and then once you get to the top, it's right back into that 3-second down. So for cycle 1, you will be doing this tempo, and then come cycle 2, you are going to use the same weight, but we're going to increase the hold in that lengthened position. You are going to want to start with the same weight you used as the previous week. So let's say for cycle 2, you're doing this dumbbell chest press, and you use the same weight and you're doing in the 3, 2, 1, 0 moves far too easy. Then I would suggest you guys increasing the weight. But make sure that you can dial in and really own that 2 seconds on the bottom before you think about going up. And then come cycle 3, it's going to be increasing the hold in that length position again. So it's going to be down for 3, holding for 3, and then up for 1. And then you're going to just follow the ascending low, descending reps protocol. Then when it comes to cycle 4, we're just going to repeat what you were doing in cycles 1 through 3. So I'm going to make sure that you guys are increasing the weight for this one compared to what you were doing in cycle 3. And then we're just going to repeat what you did in cycles 1 through 3 for cycles 4 through 6. And then as I said before I went into this, for the other exercises where we're not doing this ascending low, descending reps protocol, I'm going to have more specifics in the newsletter for how you guys should be progressing. So the biggest thing you guys need to make sure you're doing for these ascending low, descending rep exercises is keeping tension on that target muscle as you're holding in that lengthened position. There is a very big difference between sitting in that stretch and keeping tension on, let's say, your quads during a leg press or like the quad squat. There's a very big difference between sitting there and holding the tension and not letting the weight move for 3 seconds compared to just like getting to the bottom and just like kind of passively stretching. You want to make sure you're staying strong and holding that weight there with that target muscle. And then at the end of this program, for the exercises, you're following the ascending low, descending reps protocol. It has the cycle 1, week 1. So basically the first workout you do for each of these, it'll have the weight you did. It'll save the weight you use, and then it'll save the weight you use for cycle 6. And hopefully by the end, you're able to use more weight, even though you're holding for much longer in that lengthened position. So if you decide that you want to follow this program, before you click on the link below to access the program, you want to make sure that you have the Google Sheets app downloaded onto your phone. And then whether you're on like a computer or your phone, you'll take the link in the description below to access the program. Once you take that link, you want to save or make your own copy of this sheet, and then you want to save it so you can use it offline as well. And then this is the only way you guys are going to be able to enter in your own weights and track your own progress. So that's a wrap on this program walkthrough. If you are interested in anything else that I made in the name of helping you guys get fucking yacked, you can head to my website at evolutionaryaesthetics.com. On there, I have my Potent Priorities ebook, and it gives you 4 foundational things to put the majority of your efforts into, which is your nutrition, your training, your moving outside of the gym, and then your sleep. It gives you the most foundational basic things to do first, which you need to double down on and make sure that you can do those. Once you nail the basics for each foundation, I provide frameworks for how you can take another step further to more like squeeze out just another like fucking dick hair of progress you'll see. If you just like do the foundations, the basics for all 4 foundations, that's going to give you like 90% of your results. But if you are painfully meticulous about squeezing out as much gains you can get from the effort you're putting in the gym, then you can follow those steps to just squeeze out that little bit more. Also within the ebook are a bunch of different resources. So like if you need help improving your digestion, it's got some tips and tricks to do that. Ways to improve your sleep, how you can make the bulking or cutting experience more tolerable. It's got sample meals all the way from small snacks that'll fill you up to massive meals of over 1,000 calories. Essentially, think of this thing as the ultimate guidebook to gains, and if you follow it, it'll help you get jacked as fast as possible. Make sure you're subscribing to my weekly newsletter so you get updates for this program so you can get the most results from following this program, and we'll see each other in the next video.